Hello, it's Deb here from PDQ Cards, and today is all about homeworking. No, it's not really. It's half term here, so I'm able to film during the day, which is absolutely wonderful. Today I thought, seeing as I'm working from home and I'm obviously, dressed up to the nines, not that you can see me, I thought I would dig out one of my favourite stamp sets, which is Dress to Impress, which is in the annual catalogue. It's on page 31. And it is a fabulous set for the ladies who like to impress. Now, that's not me. I have to be honest. I am a jogging bottoms and t-shirt kind of a girl. But you can't see that. So as far as you're dressed, I'm in a ball gown and I've got my hair done. Okay, that's all you need to know. So what have we got here? So we've got a lovely set with lipstick and perfume and shoes, everything that a lady could want. And some beautiful sentiments. I love this. Be as bold as your lipstick. For those of you who've seen photos, we've got pink hair at the moment, so bold is right up there for me. So I thought I'd make this into a card, and let's have a little play. Now, one of the things that I love doing is blending, so I'm just going to move that to the side. So I have a 9.5 by 13.9 bit of card and a little scrap circle that I've obviously done something with it. I don't know what I've done, but whatever. It had the rest of the card, but it's a little bit of scrap circle. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that down with my finger. I'm just going to leave it sat there for a minute. So I've got two colours here. I'm going to use Polish Pink, which is one of the new in colours, which is a really good pink, matches my hair, I think. Maybe. We'll see. And Basic Grey. And a couple of blending brushes. Now, if you haven't used blending brushes before, they are kind of, hold on, let's have a look. They're quite flexible, so you can't press down too hard on them because they just bend back. They haven't broken one yet, but there's a first for everything. And they have, ignore the dog hair. They have thousands and thousands of really soft, really gentle bristles. They are very, very nice. So as you can see, they start off white, but obviously they pick up whatever colour you are, and you get 3 in a pack of these, so you get one for each of the primary colours, I guess. So let's have a little play. So I'm going to start off with the pink. Who doesn't like pink? I mean, come on, it's just a fabulous colour. And I'm actually going to start at the top, so I'm actually going to turn my card sideways. So all I need to do is just gently dab my brush, and you'll see it's gone like kind of right. And I start slightly off the paper, so as you can see, it will just build up and build up and build up. There you go. And what I find is if you start off the paper, not only do you get a really nice edge to your paper where it comes off, but you also don't get the smudges. So if I was to put it straight down on here, you can see I've already done some, and start. Can you see that sometimes you get that funny little I don't know, brush mark, especially if you press too hard, which I'm very liable to do. So there you go. So you can see the more I go over it, the deeper and darker the colour gets. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to move my fingers. Now, I have done this previously with Post-it notes, and Post-it notes I find are much easier. It's just that I really wanted a circle this time. I don't know why. I wanted a circle, just to be awkward. Oh, there you go. Let you see, that's exactly what I said not to do, which was to plonk it in the middle of the paper when you start. And it's so simple to do this. I'm just going to make sure that I've gone properly round the circle, because what I don't want to happen, I want a really nice clean line round my circle, and you'll see why in a minute. Right, I think that's probably enough of the pink, so I could always come back and add a bit more. Can't take it away, but we can always add a bit more. So now I'm going to get a separate brush. Now you can wash these under just under the tap, or alternatively you can just kind of keep going on paper until they stop. I tend to keep one for my pinks, one for my blues. So I can move this now because I'm not going to go over that bit again, which is good. But again, coming off the edge. And you can add lots of different colours. So I could go for a really dark pink at the top and then fade it through. I've seen some absolutely brilliant sort of sunset type things, you know, then that you get that kind of gorgeous orangey pink as well. So you can see here, and I'm actually going over the pink to merge it into the grey, as you can see. How quick is this? You know, this is a bespoke background. This is not something that you would naturally get. And I'm just going up around the sides a little bit more because I can. So why not, you know, sort of echoing the circle slightly. There we go. I think I'm quite happy with that. That'll do for me. Now that looks terrible. I have to admit that does look terrible. But you'll see why I've put the circle there in a minute. You ready? Big reveal. Oh, look at that. You've got a beautiful white circle that hasn't been touched. And you can keep that and reuse and reuse and reuse it, which probably will do. So that's part one. Now, I was clever. I know, it doesn't happen very often, don't be too shocked. I already have, from the Dress to Impress, this Be As Bold As Your Lipstick. Now, I worked out, before we did this, I put it on there, and I worked out that my Be As Bold As Your Lipstick fitted perfectly in my circle. Can you see where I'm going with this now? So I'm actually going to get my basic grey, because I love coordination, and I absolutely love... Do you know what? I haven't cleaned that. That's terrible behaviour. So I've already made one card with this, which is a slightly different colour. I forgot to clean it. Terrible. Right, so let's go. So be as brave, bold as your lipstick. So I'm just going to make sure I've squared it up. Now you'll see that my stamp looks slightly pink. That's because it's been used. And they do have a tendency to discolour. It's not a problem with the stamp. It's just something that happens. And actually I quite like it because it makes working out where the words are so much easier. There we go. So be as bold as your lipstick. There you go. That is the back of my card. So I'm going to mount that up, obviously. So I'm just going to move that to one side. And I'm going to grab a bit of scrap card, a bit of Memento ink pad, and now I've got the, funnily enough, the lipstick, and I'm just going to pop him down there. Oh, there we go. I might do another one while we're at it. I do love a good lipstick. I read a book once about a lady that was on the hunt for an eternally a lipstick that didn't fade during the day. And I thought, yeah, that would be ideal because I can't be dealing with all this reapplying of lipstick thing. So there we go. Right, so we've got our lipsticks, and I think we're going to need to colour some lipstick in. So we can do whatever colours we like. What do you reckon? I think here I've got the smoky slate blending pens, which I'm just going to colour in just a little bit. I'm just going to do a little bit down this side. And if you're wondering why I'm doing dots, you'll see why in a moment. Doo-doo-doo. Talk amongst yourselves, viewers. Normally I'd only do 2 of these, but you can see I'm doing more than one. And then I've got my light one, which I'm just going to go over. And I do love blending pens for this. So you can see as I go over it, those dots that I've put in, strangely enough, blend away. And the more I go over it, you can see that What do you reckon? That's not bad, is it? And the lovely thing about the blending pens is that the more you go over them, the darker and the richer the colour gets. So if you just go over them once, you'll get quite a flat colour. Whereas, as you can see here, that as I go over it, I'm getting a more rounded appearance. So it actually brings out this 3D-ness and a word. I don't know. It is now. There we go. And you can see that it get that lovely full colour with them. So there you go. You just keep going. And eventually you'll get so you get this lovely colour, and as you can see, the further I go over, it's those spots that I originally did have disappeared into the background. They have, as the name suggests, blended in. Ha ha! Sorry, terrible jokes, terrible jokes. So I'm going to do lots of different colours. So here we've got a little bit of magenta madness, which we can put in, and I'm just going to do them a one colour, I think, just for ease of view. So a little bit of pink. Let's make sure we're fully coloured. We'll do a little bit of lighter pink. So you can actually see here, you just get a lovely solid colour with using the blend pens. And they are alcohol based, so I would suggest you put the lids back on. What do you reckon? Let's have another. What are the pinks? Oh, a bit of melon mambo, I think. Oh, no. That's a bit of flirty flamingo. Always got to love a bit of flirty flamingo. Who doesn't like a flirt, eh? Oh. There we go. And the thing is, if I decide I don't like these ones, I can simply not use them. And that is the joy of these things. Let's have a little look. What should we do? What colour do you think a lipstick is? Bit of cinnamon sausage, do you think? I'm just trying to think. What famous brands have we got? Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? It shows you how much I know. Let's have a little play. No, don't like that. Don't like that. Not that one. Do you know what? I'm almost thinking we could go. Oh, this is really bad. I'm being very indecisive today. You know what? Let's go for a light basic black. So, you know, like it's almost silver, isn't it? You ready? Right. Yes. So this is the light basic black. So it is a kind of black colour, but it's like a really dark grey. I'm just going to go over it once. There we go. What do you think? I think we might do some difference. I think we might have a... We'll have a bit of red, because who doesn't like a bit of red? But can you see how, as I'm colouring this, the line, well, the lines, there are no lines. That's the whole point, that it's sort of merging. There we go. Oh, really not being decisive today at all. What do you reckon? Oh, I think hello, I'm not sure what's happened with that. They got a funny colour on it. So let's have a look. Let's go light. And this is so simple. That's the thing, you know. Who doesn't love colouring? I love colouring, but I haven't got the patience for it, if I'm honest. So little things like this are about the limit of what I can do. Right, so they're brilliant. Now, I could, if I was really, really good, get my scissors and just chop these out. But I'm not going to, because life's too short, quite frankly. So I'm going to introduce you to my favourite gadget, which you can't see at the moment, but it looks like this, and it has a little handle on the side. I mean, doesn't it just make you want to handle it? But this is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Now, it doesn't look much at the moment, and from where you are, it looks even less. But if I do this, you can see that it's dropped out. Now, I'm going to turn it on its side just to show you. Ooh. So you can see it's actually a flat platform, and it's not very heavy. It's not very big, as you can see. If I put the blending brush next to it, or even my stamp set, you can see it's not huge. It doesn't take up oodles of my desk. It just takes up a teeny tiny little bit. You'll have to excuse me, I don't know what's going on in the background. I really don't want to go and find out. So if you hear lots of crashing and banging, my husband is also working from home today. It's always good. So what I can do is that the Dress to Impress come with a matching die set. Oh dear, it's not going well today, is it? So they actually come and they actually have a little matching die. And so when you buy the Stampin' Emboss machine, you get a range of different things with it. So you get basically all of these. So you get 2 cutting mats, you get a die cutting platform, and you get 2 embossing folder platforms, depending on whether they are dynamic or whether they're just, to say, flat for want of it. So we do different, there are different depths, but you get all of this. So it's like a one job fits all. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the platform, the cutting platform, one of the cutting plates, and then going to line up my die. Gosh, I did that almost perfectly then. That would have been a shocker, wouldn't it? I could never do that again. So I just line it up, and as you can see, I've lined it up so there's no gaps around it. I'm then very carefully going to pop the next one on top without moving it. I'm going to slide it in as far as it will go. Oh look, I've moved it. So there you go. That's why you have to do this carefully. So look, my fingers are trembling. That's terrible. Oh, come on, Deb. Right, there we go. So let's try that again. So I'm going to pop it in and squeeze it down, and you can see it's still all lined up. So pop it in as far as I go, and this is my favourite bit, is I'm just going to turn the handle and it's just going to pop through. I'm going to pop my hand on top, which doesn't help because then you can't see. So hold it through, and it's a bit like a like an old-fashioned mangle. There we go. And as I pull that out, no, it did move slightly, but that's fine. You can see that it's cut it out, and I don't have to do any fussy cutting because I am, how should we put this, a bit of a lazy crafter, if I'm honest. Can't be doing with fussy cutting and making fancy bows and embossing and blah 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 blah. It's people who love it, people who thrive on it. I'm not one of them. There we go. So let's pop the next one in. You know, I'm going to do one over here because I'm trying to do it the other way around to show you that you can use it both ways. There we go. So let's pop him on. There we go. And I'm just going to attempt to use him both ways, but he's not playing. Come on, come on, in you go. Why are you not playing? Seriously. Now some days you just want to eat cake. I think today is one of those days. Come on. He's really not wanting to play. Right, you can use it both ways, but I'm just being cack-handed, as my mother would say. Right. Go on. Certain things you can only do one way. You can only write with one hand. I can only apparently load up a mini stamp emboss one way. So there we go. Right, so there we go. So we've got another beautifully cut out. Look, isn't that easy? And I love the fact that it does come with all the little bits that you don't have to, you know, there are some embossing machines and die cutting machines where you buy the machine, you think, oh, that's not too bad. And then it's like £15 for a set of plates, £10 for an emboss for the bit on top, and you know, and you just end up spending a fortune by the time you bought all the platforms and everything. Whereas this, you know, yeah, it's not, you know, it's not as cheap as a pair of scissors, I will give you that. But it doesn't take up much space. You know, you've seen literally how much space it takes. There we go. Look at that. I'm not going to bother with that one. I think we'll stick with the power of 3. But yeah, literally, you know, how little and dinky is that? And there you go. I've put it's still on my desk and it's still sat there. Right, so we've got 3 little lipsticks ready to go, and we've got our base. So now we just need to mount it all up and work out what we're going to do. Now I'm going to try something new, and I don't know if this is going to work because I haven't done it for such a long time. And you know, I like trying things on camera to see if they're going to work. Right, so I have here, move me a little bit up. If you find that your ribbon is constantly unravelling itself, a little bit of washi tape holds it in place. So there's always a little bit of scrappy washi tape on mine. So I'm going to get my polished pink, because I don't have any polished pink ribbon. Or if I do, I can't find it, which, you know, we won't go there. I'm just going to get my blending brush again. I'm just going to take the tinge. Take the tinge. That sounds like... because I don't want it to be a really strong colour. I just want it to be a very nice kind of pale pink. There we go. And I'm just going to flip it over and do the same on the other side, because if you tie a bow, you want it on both sides, won't you? Look at that. So there you go. I've got pink ribbon. And I love this ribbon for that, because quite frankly, you could buy one reel, and as long as you've got the ink to dye it, you have any colour you want. I mean, talk about perfect match. There we go. Look, I'm just going to top dip. Oh, there you go. That's my ribbon done. That was easy, wasn't it? Now, what do I need? How am I going to turn this into a card? Well, the thing I'm going to need, before I go too far, is a card base, and as if by magic, here's one I made earlier. So that is half of an A4, so it's 21 by 14.9. So basically I've chopped up an A4 piece of card in half, burnished at 10.5, so I've got a card. Look at that. And as if by magic, I've got a little card. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, now, am I going to do a... No. I think I might do that, actually. It's just add my card. And you can see how beautifully that ribbon matches. So I'm just going to get a little bit. Now you can use tear tape. You can use whatever you really want for this. I'm just going to plop a little bit of stamping steel on there. I just find that wet glue will wiggle. So let's pop him there. So he's on. I'm just going to pull him nice and tight, because I quite like a tight ribbon. I'm also going to try and pull him straight, which would be really useful. There you go. What do you think? And then we just need to glue this on. And again, with the wet glue, especially with the Tombow, you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. It really does. Are you ready? Right, let's. And I do like wet glue for squidging this on, because if you get it a bit wrong, like that, you can squidge it a little bit. There we go. So he's all made up. Right, let's pop some dimensionals. Somewhere in here I have got dimensionals. I really have. They're right in front of me. I just can't pick them up for some reason. So here we go. I think we'll stick some dimensionals on that one. And some dimensionals. Oh, on that one. Let's have a little there. There we go. What do you think? Oh, I think that will work, won't it? I'll give it a go anyway. So I think we'll stick him down flat with a little bit of, oh, a little bit Tombow. So I'm making this up on the fly now. You think I've planned this? I really haven't. I'd love to be one of those people. Apparently there are crafters out there, and who knew this? There are crafters who pre-plan cards. I mean, really, who knew? It's not me. I think I pre-planned the card once and I think it went wrong, so I don't think I bothered again after that. There we go. Have a little bit of 3D-ness. And there's always one that's fallen over, isn't there? There we go. What do you think? Be as bold as your lipstick. There we go. Oh, just dropping things. So yeah, so that is my take on the Dress to Impress with a little bit of blending going on. I have to say, I think that's pretty cool. Now I had, as I say, I don't plan my cards, but I did have a trial go at this one before. But I tried it with a set of Post-it notes, and I've had these Post-it notes for I don't know how long. So some heart-shaped, and they do Post-it notes in, you know, all different shapes and sizes, and other brands are available. Obviously, I'm not a Post-it note dealer. So this is one that I made earlier today. So it's exactly the same design or same concept. So I've used, as you can see, my lovely heart-shaped Post-it note, and some of the ribbon, a couple of the lipsticks coloured in and die cut, and then some little embellishments on there. But yeah, you can see how easy it is to use as a set. And as I say, I've literally used 2 stamps from that. So you can imagine you could do the same with the lovely shoes if you've got a friend who is a bit of an Imelda Marcos, or perfume, you know, who doesn't love a little bit of perfume. And also you've got these beautiful flowers. So I love this. Life is short, buy the shoes. I'm absolutely going shoe shopping. Can't wait. I am a shoeaholic. But yeah, so that's my polished pink and basic grey blending card for the woman who loves her lipstick. Hope you've enjoyed, and I love to see what you make out of it. Take care. Bye.